YouTube. Super Apple forever. So, just wanted to make a quick video here on this Tickle Me Elmo. So I'm 22, about to be 23, and I got this from my grandmother as a gift when I was 1 year old. This was, I don't know if you're aware of this, most of you that are watching this probably are, but in the 90s, 1997 to be exact, I believe, like 96, 97, these were very sought after, like to the point where people would be getting in fights at Walmart and at Toys R Us to get their hands on one of these. And he thinks it's a toy for him, but it is not a toy for him. Anyway, I wanted to demonstrate that after 22, close to 23, so almost 2.5 decades later, this is still working. I pulled it out of my closet, hadn't really messed with it for about probably like 5 or 6, 7 years, hadn't really messed with it, just been sitting there. But this was my absolute favorite little guy to have with me. I had him everywhere, slept with him every night until I was like 5 or 6, probably 7. Maybe even a bit older than that, but this was my favorite little toy. Even though it's not little, it's fully, it's a pretty big little toy here. As you can see by the wear, he's been through quite a bit. But this was my absolute favorite toy, and I loved him so much. So I wanted to just show you guys, and the reason I kind of thought about this was I saw on the Canadian Broadcasting Channel or Company YouTube channel, even though I live in Texas, but they had a video about the Tickle Me Elmos that it was from their archives from the 90s, and I'll link that below. If you want to watch it, it's pretty interesting, so you should watch that, where they basically gave a report like I just told you about people fighting over them and stuff. So it takes 3 double A's. I hadn't changed the batteries in it. It had a Radio Shack battery, which shows you how old it is, or how old the batteries were in it. It had, I think, some other off-brand, like maybe a Memorex battery or something, which I don't even know if they make anymore, and a Duracell that expired in 2004. So in like 2011, it was still working, but I didn't even try it. I just took all the batteries out and put 3 fresh Duracells in it. So this is the little voice box. Obviously, it's not little because we're talking about mid to late 90s technology here, but you know, for back then, it was pretty compact. And he needs to understand that's not a toy for him, so get him out of my way. You think he's gonna grab it and run off with it, I'm worried. But anyway, if you can't really see it here, but I'll try to do the best I can to make it focus. It says T.Y.Co. Toyco, copyright 1997. So, let's see, 22 years old now, 23, I don't know, I'm not gonna do the math, but, Anyway, 3 double A's, and you're supposed to be able to just squeeze it, and that activates this little button right here. It's just very basic technology. Pretty cool for the time. I guess that's why they were so sought after. It's not a pull. Most toys at the time, I assume, would have one of those pull things where it would be all mechanical, where you pull it and then it makes the noise with the little pull tab. But this was fully electronic. So it's got the speaker right here. If I can get this crappy iPhone to focus. And so let's play it. It has, I think, three recordings in it. It's a laugh, bigger laugh, and then a big laugh. So here we go. Here's the first one, and then I'll show you the button. So. Okay, and then the second one. And I think this is the last one, so I'll play this for you as well. I think that's the last one, but we'll give it one more try. Oh. Guess I was wrong. And so I'll do it again, just to see if it'll go back to the first one. I don't know if that's a repeat of the third one, but I'll just do it one more time for giggles. So yeah, that's the first one. So after 20, almost 25 years, it's still working, and that makes me think about how old I am, but it's pretty amazing. This was my favorite childhood toy, and he's still going. So if anybody wants to leave a comment to tell me about and there's something rattling around in there, I'm not sure what that is, but I'm not going to take this apart. I don't want to screw it up, so I'm sure there's videos that probably will show that, but I'm not going to take it apart. All I did was use a Phillips and just put some new batteries in it, and he fired right up. So thanks for watching. If y'all are interested in anything Apple or related like that, technology related, feel free to subscribe and watch some of my older stuff. But y'all take care and enjoy your Tickle Me Elmos.